Welcome back to the channel. All right, it is Friday, February 28th. We're going to go over all of the information from the Kabam live stream. I will do as little editorializing as possible. That's going to come up later. We're just going to give you the facts, and there was a ton in this one. Again, as usual, I'm very pumped up for it. The first one is that our next saga is going to be the Dark Phoenix Saga. This will be starting in March. Let's move on. This will also be accompanied by a Phoenix rework. You can see the slide up there. The notes I took is we will need to buy some plumes if we want the second copy of Phoenix and the Awakening. It seems like just by playing the game, we will be able to get that initial Awakening. And you can see all of the information right there on the graphic. Pretty pumped up. Let's move on. In order to get Phoenix, you will need these dark plumes, right? And here are all the various sources. You can see this is going to be quite a few months. This is the Saga Long Chase. You can see, yes, Battlegrounds, you need to get all the way through the victory track, right? So that's something you're going to need to be doing. There is also this double track, but it looks like there is a free track. According to that, like we said, it sounds like if you do all the things in the game, you're going to get the one copy for free. It's the Awakening and that second copy where there is going to be some amount of spending. The next thing to come up was that Lumitrix, which is the second idol, right? Isophene being the first one. Lumitrix will be arriving in April. They look pretty cool. Like, not a lot of information on exactly what they do. Of course, you see the variety of arms. There's a pretty funny joke on that. There is a free-to-play path, but most summoners will have to spend something in order to secure the light essences. The light essence is the commodity that you'll be used to get Lumitrix. Those light essences are going to come from a lot of the PvP, the competitive mode. They did mention kind of that the Phoenix rework would be more from PvE. This is going to be more from, like, I think PvP and like long term. You can see the Ordeal, which I accidentally brought the slide up for. We'll go over to that. So this is kind of like your more in game. I think competitive was used. These sorts of thematic things in order to be getting Lumitrix. Not much information on what exactly Lumitrix is going to do though. All right, next was, as I did with the misclick there, was the Ordeal. This is the Grandmaster's Gauntlet. It's back, tuned up, defender power. It looks like it's locked by 7 stars. So my understanding is that this is permanent content. If you're not there yet, don't worry, you will get there. The rewards look pretty good. They said, like, we want some in-game content for our in-game players. Personally, as an in-game player, I love that, right? I was already feeling like I'm done with Ares, I'm done with Epoch. What's next for me, and the fact that it's already coming March 12th, very pumped up for that. My intention is to be live streaming that, so keep an eye on this channel for that live stream. Next, they did tell us, like, who's coming to the Titan pool. You can see Arnim Zola, Okoye, Gentle, the new Falcon, Dazzler. This is already looking very powerful. You can see who's moving out in the gray. And then Spidey Supreme is moving in. That seems about right to me. There's some big Spidey Supreme fans. Check out B McGee's channel if you're like, hey, I don't really know a lot about Spidey Supreme. B was pretty early on in finding the power of Spidey Supreme as a 6-star and showing in, like, what at the time was endgame content, so you can get a good idea of how powerful he is. Definitely not a bad pull as far as I'm concerned. Next, we got a little information on the 2 new champions coming next month, right? First being Jean Grey. They did this. I really like this. Again, as someone who covers this and wants to understand reverse controls, immune, energy-based attacks. Some of the more interesting things that I saw was this force field. This force field is also going to allow her to, like, not take the Thorns damage if you still have the force field up. They analogize this, I think, to Invisible Woman, but that it is different. And then if you get her awakened, your stuns are going to be passives via the parry mastery. That's awesome. Seems like combining a lot of what makes Mutant powerful and then modernizing it. And these uncanny passives. She has this really interesting special bar. In fact, like, Dave was showing it live and how that works. And I could see how that's going to take a little bit to get used to, for sure. It's definitely something that I know I will need some practice to get used to. But if you can do it, it's going to basically reduce the cost of your specials. And it moves during the fight. It seems like something that as you practice, you're really going to get it. I'm very excited about Jean. Massive damage. I mean, they used the word literally monster there for her burst damage on her special too. And they showed it. It looks very cool. All right, and then we moved on to Bastion, who I have to just say just looks cool as it gets. I really want a Bastion. You can see all the facts up there on the slide. Definitely an onslaught counter. Can counter Crush, the Crush debuff in a variety of ways. So I'm excited about that because Crush is something I often forget about. Definitely want the Sentinel Relic. This seems similar to Beta Ray Bill, where like just having the Sentinel Relic provides a massive, massive increase in value. And of course, in the Relic tier list, we'll cover that for you in a couple months, right? We've been updating that, so we'll get that done. Looks like some really nice damage after the special 2, then into the special 1s, and then works with the Collar Tech Mastery, but you don't have to have it based on what I could tell from this. Increasing your combat power rate while also reducing the opponent's. This, not only does he look cool, he actually looks like he's going to be very, very powerful in game. I'm excited for the spotlight videos to be coming out, I assume this weekend, and then to get my hands on him and actually test him on CCP. Again, like I said, there was a lot in this, like a lot of things that players are very excited about. Here's the champion. We voted for him. Cyclops sounds like he's ready. He's ready to go. There's going to be the double track. You can see the free portion of this track. You can get 7-star shards, exalted shards, platinum pieces, dark plumes. Remember, dark plumes are going to be for something earlier, so that's involved there as well. But then if you do the paid track, you get the 5, 6, and 7-star Cyclops. I guess that's cool for like the collectors out there for your, like maybe your progression title. I obviously will be wanting the 7-star shards. You can see all the things that are up there. I'm excited for this. The double tracks, in my opinion, have been very, very good. Like we saw it with Dazzler, Beta Ray Bill is awesome. And I even really do enjoy the vampire one. Can't think of his name right now. Morbius. I do really like him. He's a lot of fun. So I think the champions have been good. I think they're good value. You know, I never recommend spending, but if you're going to, this is probably something you want to take a look at. Wait till we see the actual pricing and all that stuff, and then make your own decision. But I'm at least going to be pretty excited about this. And then of course the Cyclops buff. I think they're gonna do their best. They're gonna make sure he's good. The buffs and the reworks have been excellent. So I'm pumped up about we're getting out of Blue Cyclops here. Next, and this was basically a shock to me. I love it though. This is celebrating Women's Day, but here's the thing. This is going to be rework. So all these champions are up for a rework. We're going to get to vote. March 5th is when the voting will start. And it's like they've been doing lately. You play the game, basically, and then you get more votes. Makes a lot of sense to me. There will be profile pics from Kat Murdoch. You know how much I love her art. And it sounds like when you like kind of pick your initial vote, that's going to like activate some things. It sounds like you have the ability to vote for other champions at some point, but you're kind of like choosing who you're voting for. I could not urge you enough right now. Squirrel Girl, right? And I want to make this clear, and I might even do a video for it. I understand the draw for all these champions. They're very exciting champions. They're powerful champions. A lot of them are like close, right? Do we need Mutant getting any better? Like, they are phenomenal. They are great. They are like blowing the roof off the house, I believe is the term. As much as I would like to see these champions get buffed, right? We're literally getting Jean Grey, like Onslaught, Mr. Sinister. The list goes on and on. Science. I don't need to explain to you how insanely, outrageously powerful Science already is in this game. Mystic, same thing. Literally at the end of last year, they're like, would you like another powerful Mystic? How about another powerful Mystic? Have we countered Serpent enough while also countering the rest of the game? How about another one? Here's a free one in Isophene. And so, like, as much as I like Morningstar, like, again. And then, you know what? Proximate Midnight, I see that. And shout out to Reed. I do see it. I do think Cosmic is improved greatly, right? We've got like Deathless Thanos, we've got Serpent. Our 6 stars like in Hercules and Hulkling are still like very much in-game relevant as well. We've got Beta Ray Bill, who's good. Check out BMG's channel. So many Cosmic champions that are powerful that I can't name them, possibly all of them. Proximate Midnight would be cool to have her come in. I think there's a really cool kit there to get that energized, but we've already seen they're like Proximate Midnight, the most damage in the game. Unfortunately, the places where you would want to use it have damage caps. So, like, again, not just because I like Squirrel Girl, but as far as like balancing out the game, skill needs so much help. They are just being absolutely dominated by the mutant class. Do we want to add more 7-star mutants that are just going to further dominate and embarrass skill? And then be like, hey, here's another Science Defender that your skill champions can't beat. Enjoy the hell out of that. No, I want this the skill champion who's going to help me tackle those incredibly difficult science champions and maybe stand up at least a little bit to the dominance of the mutant class. I love what's happening in mutant and science. I just don't need more of it. I said I wouldn't editorialize, so I was going to keep it for the really important one. This is it. If you want to see a full video on it, because Squirrel Girl is almost there as well, let me know. I will be happy to make it. Probably going to make it anyways, just to be honest. All right, then they talked about nightmare raids. Like, again, this is something that I think would normally be like a major highlight, and this felt like almost like end of the stream, kind of getting into it. There's a whole new difficulty of raids is being added for summoners. This is cool. They made it clear to say that the entry cost is actually going to remain the same from other raids, and that our typical raids that we've gotten used to, our regular raids, are going to be a little bit more accessible. I believe was the term they used. I think they avoided saying easier, but it's going to be more accessible, more people are going to play them. And they did say there's going to be a full post on the forums or on their socials with significantly more information. This sounded pretty cool. I enjoy raids, and I enjoy it so much more than any map of AQ outside of it. So I'm very excited about this. And then last but not least, Daredevil's Hell's Kitchen. Very excited for the Disney Plus show. Hopefully you are as well. Let me know if you are, but I mean, come on. It's going to be awesome. It better be awesome. I'm excited. This looks like basically like a spending event, though, if I understood it all properly. Chance to get a 7-star Devil's Hell's Kitchen. I do the tier list. We do not have him that highly ranked. However, there's multiple Cat Murdoch stream shout outs on this one. She has shown him doing incredibly awesome things. I was just talking about how badly skill needs help. There are some great 7-star available champions, Shield and Crossbones. You saw me struggle with who to rank for. That's 2. That's 2. In a game with like 8 million playable characters, I think it's actually only like 300, but you get my point. 2 in the skill class. So any help they can possibly get, I'm all for it. And I just want to shout out, as someone who misspeaks so much that I've learned to just kind of laugh it off and have some fun with it, with you all, Karate Mike said Hell's Bells, I think like 4 times in one sentence. Did not misspeak even once. That sort of thing needs to be applauded. Excellent stream. Let me know, as usual, let me know if you got right. Let me know if you got wrong. And if there's any way I can improve these breakdowns, because, if they take too long, you might as well go watch the live stream. Thank you so much for watching. Take care.